Are going to welcome a member of President Biden's party. She is Representative Sherry Bustos, Democrat of Illinois. She's co-chair of the House Democratic Steering Committee. So first of all, thank you very sincerely for waiting with us here. We didn't think it was going to take that long. Really good of you. But as a Democrat who's serving in Congress, did President Biden help your cause today?
Well, look, he's taking his message directly to the American public. I think that what he could have done better is only done it in prime time so more people could watch it. But hey, all the highlights will be covered tonight on the nightly news. People can read about it in their paper, read about it online. I think the message here is that he's doing what he can to fight inflation. You cannot be an American anywhere and not see the impacts of inflation. I went to go mow our grass this weekend and had to fill up a 5-gallon container, and it cost me $21. And there's a way. I've always got to take any opportunity I can to say there's a way to bring down every gallon, the cost of every gallon of gas by 50 to 60 cents, and that is to use more ethanol, to go to biofuels. That is how we can save money, just like that. So I come from corn country and soybean country, and so I think that's something that we can do. President Biden talked about that at the start of his speech, and so I think there are things that the administration will take a look at, things that the administration will do, that has done and will do going forward to try to fight this thing that is just a beast right now. As
you say, Congresswoman, President Biden did specifically refer to biofuels, ethanol, in that speech. At the same time, was there anything new in the speech? It sounded like it was things that we've heard before. And do the Democrats want something new? There are reports that, for example, Senator Durbin is saying you got to do more than you're doing.
Look, I'm in favor of having a strike force on inflation, and that means you get the best minds in the country together, the best economists in the country together. You sit around and you hash out the best ideas we can possibly come up with, and then we have a strike force that is addressing this at every angle. What the president talked about, and I think what he wants the American public to know, is that we have corporations right now, as we're facing this unbelievably difficult level of inflation. You've got corporations that are making record profits and at the same time not paying their fair share in federal taxes. So I think the point that he wants to make to the American public is, hey, big corporations that's making record profits, pay your fair share, and if you're gouging the public, we're going to come after you. And so I think that's something that we've got to make sure that we're paying attention to.
Congressman, let's go back to your corn country, I think is what you said, where you're from in Illinois. Yeah. You're also on the Agriculture Committee, as I recall. How is it affecting farmers back in your home district?
Well, what's happening with farmers right now, farmers use fertilizer. If you're growing corn, if you're growing soybeans, if you're growing wheat, whatever you're growing, you have to use fertilizer. The cost of fertilizer, much of which, by the way, had come from Russia, is going up. In fact, the prices of that are doubling. So that's their input. They call them input costs, what they have to put on their field as they're growing their various crops. That's increasing a great deal. There is new technology that is coming out. We talk about sustainable agriculture. John Deere, which is based in Moline, Illinois, where I live, they've got this new product that's coming out this summer called See and Spray, where literally these little tiny cameras all over will be able to spot a weed, so it will spray a weed as opposed to something that's not a weed, so the input level can go down. It's kind of hyper ag nerdy, maybe for your viewers, but this is the kind of thing that the technology will help us get ahead of this. That technology is coming out, but we've got to do everything we can to help fight the costs that our family farmers are facing right now just to grow their corn and soybeans.
Yeah, this is Bloomberg, so you can't go too ag nerdy for us.
Yeah, all right, great. We're in the right place then.
Exactly. So finally, I just want to ask you about the last question that was shouted to him, and that was about the so-called Trump tariffs on China. I know there's a lot of sentiment in the country saying we should be tough on China. That's understandable. But the president says job number one right now is inflation. Should we forego those tariffs, in your opinion, in order to get at control of inflation, even though we might want to keep them in place with regard to China?
Yeah, I don't want to get ahead of the administration on this. What his answer to that question was, we are taking a look at it. I will be briefed by the White House at some point, I'm sure, and we'll get our arms around that. But I don't want to get ahead of the administration on this one, so I'll pass on answering that for right now.
Okay, thank you so much. Again, I really appreciate how long you had to wait there with us.
No worries.
Listening to President Biden. It was really good. Always great to talk to you. That's Illinois Representative Sherry Bustos.